Hello, this is HBM's Crypto-Corner for Wednesday, August 1st, 2018. And we've got a doozy of some news here. It's related to Bigfoot, by the way, but it's also related to our political system. As you can see, the headline says, U.S. Congress candidate Denver Riggleman exposed as Bigfoot erotica devotee. Yikes. A U.S. politician has been exposed as an alleged supporter of Bigfoot erotica. Republican candidate for Congress Denver Riggleman, who is running in Virginia's 5th District, has been accused of aligning with white supremacists in the past and has now been exposed for his alleged devotion to nude drawings of mythical ape creatures. Yikes! Look at this! This is apparently one of his drawings. Okay, I guess whatever floats your boat there, pal. But that is just weird. That is just weird. But I have to say, my concern really doesn't lie with the fact that this guy likes to draw nude pictures of Bigfoot. My main concern is his possible alignments with white supremacists. I mean, hey, if he wants to draw Bigfoot erotica and pictures of Bigfoots that are naked and showing off their well-endowed, shall we say, their well-endowed, shall we say, attributes, well, hey, that's his business. But again, I'm more concerned with him being a white supremacist. So, and this is almost as crazy as another story I'm going to talk about this week. Apparently, Bigfoot is the devil, Bobby Boucher. Bigfoot is the devil. Oh boy, I mean, it just gets more bizarre by the day, folks. You cannot make this stuff up. American Family Radio warns listeners of satanic conspiracy behind Bigfoot. Religious right radio host Janet Mefford and former Family Research Council fellow Tim Daly told American Family Radio listeners that the urban legends surrounding Bigfoot and UFO sightings are not only real but also part of a secret plot the devil is carrying out on Earth. Mefford hosted author and former Family Research Council fellow Tim Daly on Friday to discuss, among other paranormal topics, what Mefford called the Bigfoot question. Mefford asked Daly how Christians should interpret reported Bigfoot sightings and how it ties into a paranormal conspiracy allegedly orchestrated by Satan. Good night. Where is the Dana Carvey church lady when you need her? This is just crazy. This is absolutely crazy. And some of you guys know I'm pretty conservatively minded, even though I would kind of consider myself more of a libertarian these days. I'm more of a conservative libertarian. But, folks, this is crazy. This is just crazy. So now we are we are to believe that Bigfoots and UFOs are somehow connected to the netherworld. So Beelzebub is projecting these creatures out for all humankind to see. I mean, I'm telling you. I mean, we need Adam Sandler. We need the Water Boy. We need Kathy Bates. Bobby Boucher. Bigfoot is the devil. UFOs are the devil. That's what we need. I mean, this just gets crazier and crazier by the day. I mean, this is, as my good friend John Kirk would say, this is rank insanity. It is absolutely rank insanity. Yikes. This stuff is even crazier than those who are part of, well, what is called the Woo contingent. And oh yes, these two links that I have mentioned today will be in the description below, folks. Don't worry about that. You will get to read these stories in full. Trust me on this. Yikes, shaking my head. Here's something interesting from the Sunshine State. And something a little bit more sane. Does Bigfoot live in Northwest Florida? Some people say yes. And you can see an older picture of the cast of Finding Bigfoot. I don't think the story has anything to do with the show, however. The scientific community resoundingly denies the existence of Bigfoot. That does not stop some area residents from believing. On Crestview, on March 12, 2002, just past 2 o'clock in the morning, two women were traveling to Destin from Panama City on U.S. Highway 98 when their car broke down. They began to walk down U.S. 98 toward Destin to get help when all of a sudden they heard a very loud noise, like a scream mixed with loud moaning. And it's my speaker. This apparently is a list of sightings in the Northwest Florida. Usually that indicates the Florida Panhandle. So it looks as if there may be sightings happening in the Florida Panhandle. Next thing they knew, they were staring into the eyes of a Bigfoot. Just stood there and stared at us, the women recounted in an entry on the Gulf Coast Bigfoot Research Organization website. It was approximately 7 feet tall, very muscular, and covered in what appeared to be brown or black hair. As cars began approaching, the creature hastily walked back into the woods and disappeared. The women's encounter is one of many that's been documented as a quote-unquote verified Bigfoot encounter by self-proclaimed Sasquatch researchers who spend hours personally combing through and verifying Bigfoot accounts that are reported all across the world. So, yeah, could this possibly be something that's actually happening on the Florida Panhandle? Well, there have been UFO sightings in Florida, especially in Northwest Florida. I mean, there was a flap of sightings in the Gulf Breeze, Florida area years ago. So could there be Bigfoots in Northwest Florida? It's entirely possible. It would depend on the terrain and what kind of food resources and water resources they would have. I would imagine there's probably quite a few lakes and rivers and streams and all kinds of good stuff, not only for water but also for catching fish. And some of these areas are fairly close to the Gulf of Mexico. So very, very easily these creatures could catch all kinds of seafood if they go to the beaches, the unoccupied beaches, some of the unoccupied beaches. They catch fish, crabs, all kinds of different seafood. Now right here, Choctawhatchee River Water Management Area, right there. That would be a really good place for a species of creatures to live. River water. Now think about that. I mean, there's going to be rivers, there's going to be streams, there's going to be lakes. gosh, I mean, the resources that they could take advantage of in an area like that, absolutely great and amazing, yeah. But yeah, you guys, of course, get to read this article as well. And it's a fascinating article. It's really tremendous. It's great. Um, so, but I mean, the Sunshine State, of course, has the history of the skunk ape. And there were sightings down in southern Florida, down near Fort Lauderdale, back in the 60s and the 70s. Then there was the series of photos from the Sarasota, Florida area, the May-HBM photographs taken by an anonymous witness. So this is really fascinating stuff, guys. Again, Florida does have a history. So would it be shocking to me that there might be some of these creatures in northwest Florida, maybe in the Panhandle? I would not be shocked or surprised in the least. Not one bit. That would not shock me at all. But it would depend on the terrain and the territory. But if there's a river management area there, then that would be an ideal place for them to live. For any species to live, really. Final news item is I've not seen this past week's In Search Of. I've not seen it yet. I do plan on watching it at some point. And when I do, there will be a review of it. I kind of missed it on Friday night. I was busy with other stuff. So I'll try and catch it online. But the premise of the latest episode is about superhumans, individuals who can, I guess, train their bodies to overcome pain, and individuals who, in times of great distress, can have the strength of 5 men. We've heard of cases where an individual who might have been involved in a car accident has such adrenaline and such strength that they're able to lift the car, or are able to do basically superhuman feats just with adrenaline, just that adrenaline rush. They have strength they didn't know they had. They get this surge. Of superhuman power. So, I will watch that episode and I will tell you all what I thought of it. I believe this Friday is going to be focusing on monsters of the deep. In other words, possibly lake monsters and possibly sea monsters as well. So, yeah, I imagine we'll see stories on Loch Ness Monster, probably Champ, maybe Ogopogo, or Cadborosaurus, perhaps. We'll have to wait and see. Like I said, I just have not had a chance to see the new episode yet. But I will. I'll make sure, probably play catch up with episodes 2 and 3. Those reviews, that it'll be a double review. Probably go up sometime next week. So, anyhow, I mean, I tell you, the crazy world of cryptozoology. Those first 2 stories, boy, wow, they were a doozy. Fortunately, the 3rd story was a bit more sane this week, so. But gosh, the crazy stuff that happens, even in the world of Bigfooting, and sometimes in the world of politics. Sometimes politics kind of overlaps. And we always hear about the politics of the Bigfoot community, but sometimes, I mean, a lot of the time it doesn't conflict with actual politics, but in these two particular cases, it did. So, anyhow, guys, I still have not heard anything about the new Kickstarter campaign for Legend Meets Science 2. If I see anything about that or hear anything about that, you guys be the first to know. They were supposed to have that up a month ago, but apparently, I don't know why. Looks like there may have been a bit of a delay. But again, I will get that news out if there's any changes. So anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. And I'm back doing this weekly. And pretty soon I'm going to have the materials that I need for the video I'm doing about Roger Patterson's book, The Abominable Snowmen of America Really Exist, and its comparisons to Ivan Sanderson's book, Abominable Snowmen Legend Come to Life. I think you guys will enjoy it. So now, normally I do these videos outside, but I figured, hey, I better kind of at least show you all the articles that I'm talking about. And maybe read a few paragraphs from them, a few sentences. So anyway, yeah, good stuff, crazy stuff, but it's all part of the wacky world of cryptozoology. Catch you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. Y'all be good or be good at it. This has been HBM's Crypto Corner.